Hello, I'm Olga Mella and I work at Universidad Alberto Hurtado. My presentation today is about mentoring. Why mentoring? Because we as teachers of English in this particular case, we give our classes in a classroom alone and we never receive any sort of feedback, something that is very necessary if we want to get better and give better classes. So we're going to see how this mentoring can help us in giving better classes. I'm quite sure that this is in a way familiar to all of you because when we were at school some time ago, we studied in history mentoring, but in a different way. It was the relationship between the master and the apprentice when they learned, the master, an experienced person who taught the young person to deal with something, to work with something. Well, let's go to business. Let's start. First of all, we're going to see what's mentoring. What do you think mentoring is? I mean, it would be ideal if in this moment you could be watching this with somebody else, with other colleagues, because the point here is that we discuss what you are watching here. So let's try and brainstorm whatever comes into your head, words or whatever, so as to give a definition of mentoring. Okay, share with the colleagues you are working with. Okay? Now let's have a look at the definitions that people who know more than ourselves have given to us. Let's see. Mentoring, according to Jeffrey and Ferguson, is a process by which an older and more experienced person takes a younger person under his or her wing, freely offering advice and encouragement. As we analyze, first we're going to just have a look at the different definitions, but as we see them, we're going to see that there are many common points among them. Later we're going to see what they are. Another definition. A mentor is a consistent friend and role model. I mean, bear that in mind. Friend, why friend? Role model, why that? The support given by one, usually more experienced person, for the growth and learning of another and for their integration into an acceptance by a professional community. This definition was given by Angie Maldres, and you are going to see later on in the bibliography that I have based many of the activities and things we are dealing with in her book. And have a look at this. It says the support given by somebody who is more experienced. You see that? There is always something in common. Another, mentoring with its strong emphasis on the reflective individual and on a committed one-to-one relationship between mentor and mentee, emerges as a natural, valid path to having aware, reflective, and critical in-service teachers as well as trainees in the Chilean educational system. Here we are coming to something that we are going to deal and we're going to see at the very end of this presentation. Why mentoring? As I said at the very beginning, because we want to have some sort of feedback when we are giving our classes. And here you see that this person, the mentor, is somebody who is committed into this. And to be a mentor, I think that you, and you're going to see it, probably you are thinking about this, that you need some characteristics. Not anybody can be a mentor because there are some aspects that or requirements that a mentor should have. Try to think what could those requirements be. Discuss with your partners there. First of all, we're going to see 3 components that make it very important for the mentor to be. They are, first of all, as you remember the definitions we have already seen. A friend. Why a friend? Because what's a friend to you? A friend is somebody who is always supporting you, who listens to you. And then later we're going to see what listening mean. I mean, listening is not that there I am, you're talking to me, I'm doing something else. No, listening, it is a body attitude also. I'm listening when I am like this, looking at you in your eyes, and not thinking about something else and doing something else. Later we'll analyze that too when we see the skills. It's a role model. You remember the definitions where it said it is an experienced teacher, an experienced professional. That person, that mentor, that teacher must be updated in EFL methodology so that the mentee can imitate and later on be autonomous, independent and all that. But at the very beginning, they are going to imitate us. Because, I mean, if we go back in time, we think about teachers that we had at school or at the university. And there was always somebody we wanted to imitate because not only because of the professional skill that teacher had, but also because he had some characteristics that made him or her different to the others. We are going to see how to get those kind of characteristics. And another, a link to the community. In this particular case, the school community. What does it mean? That the mentor should know what is happening at the school where you are working. And at the same time, he is willing to research any information that he doesn't know, because we don't have to know everything, and that's normal. I mean, students think that we are the Bible. We are not. There are many things we don't know, and that's it. End of the story. Okay, then continuing with this, now what is the role of the mentor? According to Smith and West Burnham, the role of the mentor is to act as wise counselor, guide, advisor to younger or newer colleagues. You see that there is always that relationship between the experienced one and the newly qualified teacher, or the teacher who has just started working at a school. And just a piece of information. In developed countries, when you start working in a school, there is always a mentor or an experienced teacher who helps you walk along the path. It's not like here that you are new in an institution and you have to do it on your own. Well, that doesn't matter. So you can fail or you can succeed, but there's nobody there helping you. And for example, in England, there's a mentor who goes with you, an experienced teacher with that name or with any other name. The mentor also will be a senior colleague whose role is to support, facilitate, and coach the new teachers. As you can see, all these characteristics, skills of the mentor are being repeated, and the emphasis is always on what? That it is a senior colleague, somebody with experience, and that he's not going to criticize you. He's going to help you, support you, listen to you. I mean, it happens to many of us when we work at schools that when we finish a class, we get into the teacher's room and we want to share with somebody what's happened. And we don't want to be criticized. We don't want the others telling us, but why did you do this? Why didn't you do that? No, we just want somebody listening to us. And then maybe giving us some suggestions. But all we want to is somebody listening to us. Now, I'm going to refer to Schulman's, who speaks, here you're going to say, about some categories of knowledge necessary